Welcome back to the Hardcore series. Just finished getting all 11 of these keys, and there's one still in this door apparently. So this will unlock the forge for being able to make the Mkando mattock once I get the remaining 3 pieces from excavating in the Warforge. And this, I remember having a lot more trouble on getting these keys on the Pub Stomp account. I assume they completely buffed the drop rate from all sources of these random keys, because that was just way easier this time. It was just an evening of grinding out some of the AFK cave eels or whatever the fishing spot is, and excavating the material caches where it didn't have the level for the actual excavations around. So there we go, that's the Mkando anvil that I'll be using to make that mattock as soon as I get the other half of the RNG involved in getting this dang Mkando mattock. I'm just AFK working from home and got a second piece of the Mkando mattock, shard of Mkando metal. 2 more to go, halfway there. Oh, there we go. That's the 4th and final piece of the Mkando mattock, the chunk of Mkando metal. I didn't record the 3rd piece because I got it when I was at work. So that's 4 out of 4. I should be able to make my Mkando mattock, which would be the best mattock for me to use all the way up to 99, where I'll get the mattock of time and space at some point. And here we go with the actual construction of the Mkando mattock. I've learnt how to create the Mkando mattock. Is learnt even a word? Isn't it supposed to be learned? What, Haley? How's it?
Learnt is a word typically used by people in Britain.
Oh, that explains.
Instead of learned, it's learnt.
Yeah. Dang British game developers. There we go. After recalling the methods Thurgo taught you on how to manipulate Mkando metal, you've successfully created an Mkando mattock. So there we go. That's just going to be augmented at some point. I don't know. I don't have the invention level for any of the good perks or the components for them. But that'll be the best in slot mattock until 99. So I figure I'll supplement some prayer XP with the 1300 dragon bones I got from QBD at a gilded altar. So that'll help out getting 600k prayer XP along with doing Vires every day. And there is 90 prayer, which is a huge level, not just because it's a 90, but it unlocks a ton of stuff like the Demon Horn necklace, which is going to be really nice for restoring prayer on any tasks that drop bones. Unlocks a Ports Adventurer, the missionary, which is actually a really important one to unlock because he gives ancient bones, which are obviously just a super important resource for creating vampirism screenshots. And then with 90 prayer, I can also get, is it 100k free XP from paying respects at the Gothic Shrine. So we're just going to press F to pay respects. And that gives me 100k prayer XP. And that's just going to make it a bit easier to get 90 to 92. Just 2 more levels till Soul Split. It feels like it's just around the corner, even though it's going to be another mill experience to 92. Finally, I have enough beans to buy Seed Aside, which I've been wanting for Vires since I have way more than enough Morchella mushroom spores at this point that I want to seriously want to get rid of them for some farming XP while I'm killing them with the Seed Aside, because there's actually decent farming XP with that. Ooh, and that's 85 attack and strength, which unlocks a few things. Balance Strike, not something I'll probably be using anytime. And I now have all the levels I need for Birthright of the Dwarves. So that's a possibility. It's got a sketchy boss fight, but probably got some worthwhile rewards. And here we go, completing Armadillion 1 collection, which gives me the King Oberon's Moonshroom Spores, which I turn into the Fairy Queen and Zenaris, and it gives me access to the Farm Ecology Relic Power, which is actually a super nice relic power to have on an Ironman especially, just because it makes herb patches never get diseased, and that saves a ton of seeds, gives me a lot of extra herbs, and it's going to be just a must-have relic to use while I'm grinding out the herb runs for overloads and things like that. And here's another pretty nice relic power, the Uglog Wellspring, which just gives you infinite run energy. Would have been nice for a few quests way back in the day, but right now it's probably not the most useful relic power to have, just because you never run out of run energy. Even when you're running Saradomin, you get it all back before she spawns. Ooh, remember when opening Tetracompass caskets was a big deal on the week of release or whatever? Worked up 10 ancient caskets, so let's hopefully get a shadowy key. Ooh, 50 binding contracts. Those are definitely the thing I want out of these. Let's go ahead and do that, and I believe I can just keep opening them, and it stacks the I would just put some in inventory. All right, pretty standard Armadillion Yellow, 100 Armadillion Yellow, I will take it. Those color things are a pain to grind out to get more Tetra Compasses, more binding contracts, and a Master Clue Scroll. Definitely take that. I'm not even sure what the fastest way to open these would be, but I definitely want to be banking these. Malachite Green is a nice one. Did they buff the amount of materials you get from these? Because I swear, it used to only give you 50 of each, but now it's giving like 100 per roll. I'll definitely take it. 50 more binding contracts. It's going to be my primary method of obtaining binding contracts because it's just by far the easiest way to get them. Because I want to keep my Hellfire Metal and my Blood of Orcus for actually repairing artifacts and stuff. There we go. And all these tomes are going to give me probably like a whole level or two from just all these. Ooh, the Crystal Key Troll. It makes it look like a shadowy key, but it's not. I was also hoping to get a second Dragon Mattock from one of these, but I guess that's not going to happen. So no free Mattock from this so far. Let's just go ahead and study at the desk for all of these complete tomes, which will easily give me a full level on this one. So it's really nice XP, just worth doing, even though it's a pain to gather all the materials and make and do the Tetra Compasses. It is still just so worth it because you get so much out of it. Completed the Monk's Friend quest, which is something you need to do for an easy arty task. I'm doing the arty tasks now because I'm so sick of not having the Manor Farm teleport and the Kandrin Monastery teleport. And that is Kenneth's Concerns complete, which is just a weird, awkward quest to do nowadays. But there's that done. It's just a requirement for one of the arty tasks. So I just got to go ahead and mine up some rubium, and I can sell it to Ezekiel back in Witch Haven, and it's an arty task. Ooh, and there's 90 Divination, which is a big level. I get a Explorer or Adventurer at the player-owned porch, the memory, and of course get Luminous Wisps, which are the next step up for getting, divine charges and things like that. I'll probably just AFK those all day tomorrow at work and have a bunch of charges to use because I'm like almost out of charges. I like 13k charges left in my charge pack, so I need to replenish that as soon as possible. And there's the easy arty task set complete, which gives me the arty cloak 1, and more importantly, the Kandrin Monastery teleport, which is a really handy teleport for a number of things like penguins. So it's like the closest teleport to where you hand in the penguin points, and it's just really handy teleport between Artie and Yenel. And there is Enlightened Journey complete, which is just an annoying quest for an Ironman because of all the item requirements, but that's also a quest required for one of the Ardoin tasks. And there's a huge level right there, 92 Prayer, unlocks Soul Split, which is just a must-have thing to have on an account, and a prayer that is just universally useful. Like that allows me to do 2 hours instead of 1 hour of Vyres per day, and I'm gonna have to keep doing Vyres until 95 prayer, since that's for the turmoil curses or whatever. But Soul Split is gonna be amazing for Slayer, bossing, and pretty much any PvM where you have to keep your HP up, which is anything you kill. I can finally switch out from the standard prayer book to the curses and just never go back, because once you have Soul Split, these things just become completely outdated. Completely forgot to disassemble this thing after that last hour of Vyres, but this will get me to 74 Invention, which is a pretty big Invention level to get since it unlocks all the God of War Extension 1 components. Armadillo components are obviously the big outlier there, because Precise 5, or Precise 6, I guess, with Ancient Invention, is a really big perk to get. And then Zamorak components, of course, are super nice for Impatient and Impsold, I think, for like tool gizmos. So that's a really big Invention level to get. Ooh, I was like, what is that new mission coming out there? And I've just unlocked the Jade region. So there we go. It's the bowl, I guess. So I can start getting Jade. And I think with enough Jade, I'll be able to upgrade my office. Yeah, 10,000 Jade and 8,000 Cherry Wood. So that's going to be a long-term goal in the Jade region. Oh, hey, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Your animals have decided to raise a child together and adopted a baby. So I assume that was in one of these pens where I just had a random couple growing. A long time ago, I was trying to get, like, a breeding... Well, I didn't have a breeding pair of Chinchampas and was trying to get this to happen, but this is so rare. It just never happens, and then there we go. And by the way, here is the last task in the medium RD task set. So that's complete. So now I'll be able to claim those rewards and unlock a free daily teleport here to the RD farm, which is going to make doing this daily farming sort of thing less expensive because I'm wasting Viswax every time I quick teleport to the RD Lordstone. And there is 94 smithing, which isn't a big deal of a level on its own, but it means I can boost 5 levels to get to 99 to work on Masterwork armor. It is kind of a pain. I mean, I say kind of a pain. It is a major pain to actually make Masterwork armor at 94 smithing because you have to log out every minute, and crafting Masterwork armor takes literally hours of your time in the smithing process. So I guess I don't even know if it's more efficient or not to just get 99 smithing and do it after that. But I think on this account, I'm really not going for max cape or anything like that on this account. So I think it'll be worth it just to boost to create Masterwork armor. So I'll be working on that on and off on this account. And I think I'm just going to call this an episode here. I'm going to keep on working on getting my prayer to 95 for the Turmoil Curses so I can start actually PvMing. Once I get there, I'll probably have enough herbs and stuff to get to overloads, or at least really close to it. So I'll be able to start proper PvM on this account. Because those are the biggest things that you need to actually start things like God of War's Dungeon 2 and things like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.